This is a quick little video to understand how the growth of the City of Calgary and the surrounding municipalities have an impact on the loss of agricultural land around Calgary. And to understand that, it's helpful to see a visualization of the current growth and some projections of the future growth. So the current growth of the City of Calgary, we can use imagery from various time points to see how it has changed. This is the Calgary region with the City of Calgary in the middle of it in 1990. In 2000, in 2010, in 2020. But it's also important to look at what the current footprint is versus what the current actual legal boundary of the municipalities in the Calgary region are. So this is the current footprint of the City of Airdrie, but this is the city limits of the City of Airdrie. Same thing applies for Okotoks, for Cochrane, and even for the City of Calgary. So to better understand what that means for the future, we can look at the projected growth of the City of Calgary. And though it's spiked at about 6% over the last year, a more common growth rate would be around the 2% range. So we're going to look at the projected growth of the City of Calgary at that 2% rate, and then look at 3% and 4%. Now, this is not an actual representation of how the growth will be. What this does is take a look at the footprint and then grow it by 2% representatively. So if this is the City of Calgary in 2025, at 2% growth, this is what it would look like in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, and 30 years. So a significant amount of the agricultural land around the City of Calgary will disappear. And if that growth rate were higher, if we were looking at 3%, 30 years would look like this. And if we were looking at a 4% growth rate, 30 years would look like this. So significantly more agricultural land lost. It's also important to note that that is just the City of Calgary, and there are a number of towns in the Calgary region that are growing at a very high rate as well. So when we look at this region, we have to also look at places like Okotoks, which has a growth rate similarly around 1.86% over the last year. Strathmore has had 3% growth. Cochrane has had 4.75% growth in the last year. Airdrie 5.63%, and Chestermere, right on the edge of the City of Calgary, 10.2%. So it's not just the City of Calgary's footprint that is growing, but it's all of these associated municipalities within the Calgary region that are growing and taking up agricultural land as they do so.